So you don't want to pull this stuff in traditional societies, because once you throw down like that, then people, they're not necessarily going to like punch you to your face. They may be very nice and say, "Oh yes." There was this great Herman Wouk novel about this up and coming writer.
I met him.
And
you know, I met that guy. Have you met him?
No.
You know where he davened? Where I met him?
In Palm Springs.
How'd you know?
I know he lives in Palm Springs.
I was passing through and I stopped overnight and I davened at the Chabad in the morning, and there was Herman Wouk and I was introduced to him.
So there was this young guy who's like in his 20s and he wanted to make it as a writer. He got seduced by this woman who was around 40. And like he repeatedly had sex with this married woman. And she said to him, "Oh, you should. My husband's got lots of great advice on the publishing industry."
Okay.
So the young man meets with the husband, takes his advice on the publishing industry.
Okay.
I don't trust your kashers. And
it's from Munchies.
And he later realized that all the advice the guy had given him was wrong, and it like totally destroyed his life. Okay. So when you like violate someone's daughter in those different ways, and then you come to the family and say, "Hey, I want to marry your daughter and like be an honorable citizen," they may not like punch you out right there. They may just like hire a killer, or they may say, "Hey, that's great, you should go into this line of business and here do these things. It will turn out to destroy your life." People will be sneaky if you violate their daughters. They'll get back at you. Like I've like broken up with women, and sometimes they took it really badly. Like, yeah, they took it really badly, and they made life difficult for me. So
I've had that.
Yeah, so be careful. Ask for permission first. Take it from me and from Rabs. And let's watch our language as the people walk by. So I just wanted to
got any more garbage that you've written on there?
So what do you think was bothering Jacob? Was he thinking, "Oh, my poor daughter Dina," or was he thinking, "They took one of our girls without permission"?
I'm not sure if he even had a problem with it.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think he
So
cared.
Shechem has Dina, and then he says to his dad, "Love is not blind. Love enables one to see. Now that I see Dina for who she is in her totality, I now want to unite my soul with hers."
Well, yeah.
I love that line. Love is not blind. Love enables one to see. I think it's just
It was
so
a song
beautiful.
in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
It was Love is... How does that go?
I don't know.
That should be the theme song for
How
this.
much money would you want to forget the rape? Forget the
There's
seduction?
no rape!
How much money would you want to forget the seduction of your daughter?
I don't have a daughter.
But if you had one, how much would you want? Would like $100,000 make it all go away for you?
I can't be bought. If something's bothering me, I can't be paid off. Nothing, you know. My parents tried to pull that shit when I was a kid. You know, they didn't know what to do when they would do things bad to me, so they would try to make up for it by buying me out. And I fell for that crap when I was a kid, but you know what? It doesn't change anything. You know what I'm saying? Don't sell out, folks. Somebody pissed you off, you hold your vendetta. You don't get paid off.
So what do you think of the Dina story?
I think, you know, it's a non-event.
A non-event. Here this Shagetz seduces one of the holy daughters of Israel.
Time out. Where were all the Jewish people that she would be available to? Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Where are all the Jewish guys that should she go to Hillel? Should she go to the campus Hillel? Maybe to like a Matis Yahu concerts? You know, sponsored by some Hillel somewhere. Is that what she should do?
Yeah, they're not mentioned in the text, but she should have...
Is there other Jewish guys out there for her to meet?
Well, they're not mentioned explicitly in the text.
Where would they be? Who are these other Jewish guys that she could have been with instead? You're not even answering. Who are the other Jewish guys that she could have been with instead?
Beats me.
The only other Jewish...
Oh, Asaph.
Asaf's not a Jew.
Sure he is.
He gave up his birthright for a bowl
that doesn't,
of
that doesn't
soup.
mean he's not a Jew
He's
anymore.
not a Jew.
Of course he is.
He's the father of the Italians. He's the father of the Italians. What are we looking at here?
Don't worry, it's Goyish nonsense.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a Matisyahu concert. He's in the room. Hey, Brandon, who's Rottweiler? Rottwein.
Don't worry about that. It's distracting us from...
But I want to know who these people are, man. I want to say hello. I might know them. Listen. There's no other Jewish people out there.
So you think it's totally cool that she went out and...
Listen to me.
Got
The only Jewish guys are her brothers. Would you have preferred her doing incest? So the idea that she married a Shagitz is inevitable because there's no Jewish guys for her. Okay?
She should have been with Esau. And that was a midrash.
She should have been with Esau?
Yeah.
The Medrash says that? I won't
Medrash
argue against the Medrash. You saw a Medrash said that? She should have been with Esau? So that's what Yaakov was probably upset about. But like, damn, I had already done a prearranged marriage, and I was hoping that she'd marry my brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, Dad, I don't want to marry your brother. I want to do it in the dirt with this guy who promised me a restaurant chain. And he's got to,
So what do you think about this deal they did where they got all the Shechemites to circumcise themselves and then went in and slaughtered them all? See, they needed to do that to get back Dina, because it's after they killed them all that they were then able to get back Dina. See, they took Dina and they, held her. It wasn't like
it's
she
like
was
the mafia, like, hey, you took our daughter.
Yeah.
Now we're going to kill everybody. We're going to get our daughter back. It's like Satmars. That's where they learned that from. You ever dated a Satmar? No, you haven't dated a Satmar.
No.
Listen to this. I dated a Satmar, and it's like literally dating the mob. It's like dating the mafia. Okay, I'm telling you the truth. Okay, they would not let her date me, and that's why I write in my essay that it really doesn't matter if the parents or the family or whatever are Jewish or Goya. It doesn't matter, or if they're from. It doesn't matter. They won't let their daughter date me, and the Satmars are really pronounced about it. She was trying to come to see me, okay? Mm-hmm. And they threw her down on the ground, and they would not let her get up until she missed her plane.
I guess until she missed her period.
That's okay. We could have done it anally. But you got what's going on?
Wow.
She was at JFK, and they caught up to her there, and they held her down until her plane left.
How do you do that with all those people around?
That's Satmars, man. It's like the mafia. They do whatever they want, and nobody, that's it.
How long ago was this?
It was years ago.
You tried to date a Satmar.
Yeah.
You could be Satmar. I mean, you hate Israel.
I don't hate anything. I hate you.
You'd make a good Satmar.
Who's Emma?
You're always praising Satmar.
No, I'm not.
You're very much like the Satmar Rebbe.
No, I'm not.
Always going off against Israel. They want to know if you dance at homosexual weddings with the same gusto as you dance at heterosexual.
Oh, that's that person from your... She saw you probably on your blog because you said, here's Rabs dancing at a heterosexual wedding, right? Which I thought was redundant because there are no such thing as homosexual weddings according to Torah. What's the question?
If it was like two non-Jews, two of your friends, male friends, married each other.
It's not a wedding. It's a
secular non-Jewish wedding.
There's no such thing as secular. The Torah tells us what's considered marriage. That's why I was a proponent.
Two men who thought they were having a marriage.
You know what?
They invited you because you were close friends.
I have nothing to do with that. A Jew cannot attend those things.
Would you be a godson to a homosexual's kid?
They can't have kids.
They can adopt.
That would have nothing to do with that. It's a
Would you be a
relationship that
godson?
violates the Noachide laws.
Would you be a godson to Chabad couple's kid? Did Jews have godsons? I mean, godparents?
No.
Okay. But would you be willing to be a godparent?
Like a sandick and hold the kid?
No, you'd be the godparent.
There's no such thing.
But would you be willing to trailblaze?
Let's move on.
So they had to kill all the Shechem